Hi, welcome to Being Mindful. I'm Susan, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I lead virtual group meditations, and the topic of this meditation is physical pain. Sometimes it is all we can notice, and sometimes it's just a small little thing. Wherever your pain is now, I hope that this meditation will help you to take a different perspective on pain and perhaps perceive it and notice it in a different way. Let's get started. So, to transition into a time of meditation, I like to start with a little bit of movement to stretch anything that might be tight, just listening to the body a little bit to see if something needs some attention. And allowing any thoughts that are lingering from whatever has already happened today to move into the background. And likewise with any thoughts of what is still to come, just allowing those to shift to the side, to the back, so that we can pay some intentional attention to what's happening here in the present moment. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. It's also perfectly fine to have them open. And let's pay some attention to whatever contact we have between our body and whatever is supporting the body. If you're sitting, that might be the soles of your feet, the backs of the thighs, the pelvis, and the buttocks. Maybe a little bit of the lower back or the upper back, depending on what sort of chair you're sitting in. If your chair has arms, your arms might be touching the chair's arms. And if you've chosen to lie down for the meditation, you can notice how the entire back of the body is either touching or close to the floor or whatever surface you're lying on. And as we sit, let's do a leisurely scan through the body, looking for any areas that are holding some pain. And if there's no specific area of pain, maybe look for an area of tension. And you might notice if you are feeling some pain, any tension that's accompanying that pain. Sometimes with pain, we kind of tighten up around it. bracing ourselves for the physical sensation of pain or something that might cause the pain to increase. When you've identified whatever area of the body you'd like to work with, I'll invite you to move into an attitude, an approach of curiosity. Some of what's uncomfortable about pain is not just the physical sensation itself, but the thoughts that come up around the pain. A thought that we wish it weren't the way it is, that we want it to go away. Thoughts about what the pain is interfering with. Maybe even a thought that the pain is going to linger for a long time or forever. These kinds of thoughts that arise can add emotional pain to the physical pain. So if we can observe the pain with curiosity as those difficult thoughts arise, we can allow those to shift into the background or to the side. We can notice them and then bring our attention back to the physical sensation of pain or tension. This attitude, approach of curiosity allows us to take a different perspective on the pain. There's the part of us that is the bearer of the pain, and the part of us that is the observer of the pain. Collecting raw data without analyzing or interpreting it. Like a researcher, we can ask questions and observe the answers. How much space does the pain actually take up? Can you sense where the pain exists and where the edges of the pain are? Does it form a shape? Or is it an irregular blob? Is there a temperature associated with it? Is it hot or cold or warm or neutral. If you picture the pain in your mind as a three-dimensional object, does it have a color? Is it moving at all? As you observe the pain or the tension or both, how is it changing from moment to moment? Do you sense a constancy, or is there some quality that shifts as you watch, as you feel? What happens if the body that surrounds this area of pain shifts or moves? What happens if you stretch or flex or twist? Does moving the body make the pain more felt, or does it ease the pain? Or is there no impact at all? We don't have to stay still during meditation. So if shifting position or some sort of moving or stretching would be helpful, it's fine to move around, but doing it with intention. I'll invite you to scan the body again. See if you can identify an area that has no pain, no tension. Might be a single toe or an earlobe. Whatever it is for you, take that same perspective of receiving the raw data of sensation around this area that does not have pain. You can notice any contact there might be of this neutral body part with clothing or the air, or if it's part of your interior, you can ask those same questions. What does absence of pain feel like? What kind of space does it take up? Where are its boundaries or edges? Is there a sense of temperature, heat, or coldness here as well? And does this neutral area have a color? What changes can you sense here from moment to moment? If thoughts arise around this body part or the earlier body part or something completely unrelated, it's an opportunity to notice that the mind has leaped into action and to gently bring the focus back to the absence of pain. Shifting back to the painful area, what do you notice now? What does the observing self perceive? This practice of mindfully being with whatever is happening within us, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, it's a practice we can develop. And it helps us to accept whatever is happening and to notice that it's not permanent. To notice that it is not who or what we are. This being with the difficult and then being with the neutral helps us to incorporate all the aspects of our lives, whether they're painful or not. As we transition out of the meditation, we can stretch or move or roll the shoulders or whatever the body wants to do. Noticing once again the support that is beneath us. Allowing the eyes to open if they've been closed. Allowing the gaze to lift. And taking a moment to thank ourselves for setting aside this time to practice being with what's unpleasant. Thank you so much for being with me today for this meditation. I would love if you would share in the comments what your experience was, or if you have ideas of strategies that have helped you to deal with pain that you might like to share with others. If this was helpful to you, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would invite you to do that so that you can be with me for future meditations. I will share some body focused meditations at the end here, and I really appreciate you being with me. Have a great day.